Hi, good day Southern Cameroonians, good day, good day, good day. Please, as you're joining me, click share. Let's build the audience. Once again, happy new week, and it's your boy Prince J. Carr. Happy new week, Amberland. Happy new week. As you're joining me, please click share. Click share as you're joining me. Hi. Hi. Let's build the audience before we start. Let's build the audience before we start. I want to say, Amazonians, this is another difficult period. And I pray may God bless me with wisdom as I talk to you guys. And whatever I say here, I need those devoted heart Southern Cameroonians to follow and to understand. This is the same thing that happened last year with Barrister Bobala, with Mancho BBC, Dr. Fontem, and with Pata Tasang. So for those who are old in this field, we know. Especially for those who have played roles in this struggle. So it's not new. And those who follow my last video, you remember I told you guys that there is 4 months remaining to the presidential elections. There is more you're going to hear today. Those who followed my last video as we're building the audience, remember I informed you guys that there is 4 months remaining to the presidential elections and games will change. I told you guys that the things will change in this period of time. I think those who followed my last video, you can testify to that. So what happened during the weekend is to tell you guys that the ball had to change. But this ball is going to change because somebody within. There is somebody within. We have also people within. The others who have been following my other videos, I told you guys that when it comes to this kind of a period, La Republique will use money. I told you guys that money will come in. I told you guys that there are many people in this struggle who have not seen millions. I feel the pain because I cannot do more. The only way I can do as of now is this. If I could do more, then I believe I will add more interest. But I will tell you how we in the diaspora, what we can play. I might be too small as some people see me, but I thank God because of my truthfulness, because of my honesty to this struggle, we are amongst the people who have made this struggle to be where it is today. Because I think with my truth, with my honesty towards the people of Southern Cameroon, I've been able to make sure that this struggle has been sustained, because I can testify before God and man. If I, Prince J. Carr, was not truthful to this struggle, the release of Barrister Bobala from jail will be the end of this struggle. And today again, this is another topic about speaking. And I want every Southern Cameroonian to get it straight. I want all those. It is now, maybe this might be one of my last videos on Facebook because I'm already feeling the pain. I'm feeling the grief as we're building the audience. I'm feeling the grief because the time has come where it's no more again Facebooking, my people of Southern Cameroon. The time has come when it's not about talking on Facebook. The time has come in Southern Cameroon struggle whereby either we take it or we let it go. The time has come in Southern Cameroon struggle where either we take it, either we do the actions or we give up the struggle. The time has come because we have been infiltrated. There are people within us which are not only with La Republique, but they are not for us. It happened the same kind of time, and it was somebody within us. It was somebody within us that disclosed Pata Sang's location in Southern Cameroon. It was somebody within us that told the government where Pata Sang was. And it was help to the Manu people that Pata Sang was able to leave to Nigeria. So this is another something happening, but this time it's going on in a diplomatical way. It's going on in a diplomatical scheme. What happened last year in Southern Cameroon was an internal something, was just between the Cameroon government. But like those who follow my last video, I told you in these 4 months to the presidential election, different bodies are going to come in. Different people, different figures, different business tycoons, different members and states, different shareholders of companies who come into this. I told you people in my last video, it's not even up to 4 days. And in just a few days, you guys have seen it. Well, there is a solution to this. But the solution to this, I'll give you in this my last video. And I'll tell you who and how why the IG was arrested. I'll tell you guys how we can play, what role we can play for the IG to be released. It is a very difficult role. It will require those of ground zero, it will require those in diaspora. It will require also the removal of the bad seeds. So as we are building the audience, please build, invite. I hope you're sharing. Share, let's get at least more people online. Then we're going to begin. You're welcome. You're welcome, all those who are watching me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please build the audience. Build the audience. So we will start shortly. I don't know who are those online, but let me say hi to some people. Favor chat said I'm watching. Hi. Hi. Maybe let's get to 150 people. Southern Cameroonians, if all the 100 people watching me can share, then we get to 150 people, then I will start. 150 people and I will start. Hi. Southern Cameroonians, as the audience is building, I want to tell you guys that now we need courage. We need courage because as I'm still saying it, it's not about Facebooking. Today I posted on my wall, one of a devoted and our courageous brother from the Amber struggle told me, he said, Prince J, there is too much talking. I was touched by it, but he didn't know. I was touched by it and I had to come back and I tell him like, bro, we have been in this struggle and we have seen these times. We have been in this struggle and we have witnessed these times. And what they are trying to do, what La Republique is trying to do is a delay. It's a delay. I don't want to give the bread out of the basket. I want the audience to build. It is a delay. They want to delay. They want to drift us. They know that if they can do what they have to do now, Southern Cameroonians will lose concentration. And that's true. But if Southern Cameroonians lose concentration, if Southern Cameroonians lose their focus, what we can? I remember I told you guys again on that last video that let's be careful that the Southern Cameroonian struggle don't turn like the Biafran struggle. I told you guys. I said it is worst for we to speak Southern Cameroon just in the air because we can speak it in the next 100 years. We can speak, if this struggle has to go down, we can speak it for the next 100 years. So those in America, those in Europe, those in Africa, the time has come and it pains me because I wish I can be at the front. I wish I can be on the front, but my hands are tied. My hands are tied. I wish I could be at the front because I will not only say it, but I will be able to do things. Because the time has come whereby it's not only about talking on Facebook, but the time has come whereby Southern Cameroons, we need to stand for a fervent change. We need to take drastical actions. If we don't do drastical things at this moment, if we don't do drastical things, then everything we are doing is just, I don't know what I can say, if we don't do drastical things. So when we get to 150 people, then I will begin. We need to do drastical things. We need to do things that will make the international world recognize us because as of now, they already know. If we do these things, then Seseku, Southern Cameroon story, will go diplomatically and more recognized internationally. If we hit what we have to hit, what I will suggest here, which I want Southern Cameroonians to sit down and think, if we do it, then I believe Southern Cameroonians, our story now will go everywhere and it will lead to a great big breakthrough for Southern Cameroon struggle. It will lead to a great breakthrough. So my people, those who are sharing were 127, I said 150. I said when we get to 150 more, 20 people, share more. If the 131 people online watching me can share, then we'll get that figure. Please share. Let me get to somebody. Share, I'm coming back. I am Balandas, more 10 people, hi, more 10 people, we're going to begin 150, please, 150. I want us to get the information, 150. 150 people, please. And I want to say this. I'm sorry, but that's me. This is me, Prince J. Carr. Our brothers, some of our brothers from the Northern Zone, be very careful. I will not call names today. I will not call names today, but some of our brothers from the Northern Zone, I repeat, some of our brothers from the Northern Zone, be careful. Be very, very careful. I will not call names. I don't want to call names because now it's very delicate. I did it last year and it made things turn out, but at the end it was good. I did it last year with so much anger when Patasang was almost being betrayed and was almost arrested. It almost caused chaos for those who didn't know. Even though today some people don't know how I got Patasang and I, since he came out, we have not even spoken. But this same tragedy happened last year. And our brothers from the Northern Zone, I'm still repeating it, our brothers from the Northern Zone, be very careful. If you guys are not careful, then there's one day I will spit off what I have to say, which I will not say today. I will not call names. I think we have gotten to 150, but I just have to say this. Our brothers from the Northern Zones, be careful. Be very, very, very careful in this struggle. Be very careful. I will still repeat it. Be very careful. Despite some of us are watching, you guys should not think that this struggle belongs only to you guys. There might be people who are silent, but no, we are looking. I've told you guys that Southern Cameroonians are not illiterate. They have gone to school. Even the small common person in Southern Cameroonian can change things. Southern Cameroonians are educated. So our brothers in the Northern Zone, be careful. Southern Cameroonians are educated. They analyze everything, especially those who have been in this struggle since. So I'm just saying this warning, but I will not call names today. I will not call names. I will tell Southern Cameroonians what they can do, and I pray they hear what I have to say. Let me begin now. My first topic is, why was the IG arrested? Southern Cameroonians, you heard me last time in my video. I told you guys that we have 5 months to the presidential election. And in these 5 months to the presidential election, Biya wants to be a candidate for the presidential election. He wants to become a president in Cameroon. Biya should be 83 or 85 of age now. And if Biya has to win the presidential election in Cameroon, which is about May this year, Biya is going to have another 7 years. The constitution of Cameroon had changed, and they had made it down now is after 7 years, which the presidential election can come up again. So in this frame, the IG was arrested first was because of the presidential election in Cameroon, which is coming up. Because Seseko Ayok Julio Tabe and the interim government of Southern Cameroon, they are doing a lot in Southern Cameroon as to tend to the political atmosphere. The political atmosphere of Cameroon now is unstable because of what? Seseko Ayok Julio Tabe and his interim government are doing so much which might destabilize the country's political, presidential election. So the arrests of Seseko Ayok Julius Tabe is for the government of Cameroon, is paving a way, opening a way for the presidential election to happen, which me and you know that if this presidential election has to happen, Biya will still be the next president, because he is the head of the judiciary, the head of the administrative, the head of the audit, and the head of the armed force. So if there's another presidential election, that's the first and that's the main reason. But I will tell you guys the other backbones which come up behind that. I'll tell you the other backbones which come behind that. The first reason why Seseko was arrested was due to presidential elections which have to come up. I told you guys that this game had been playing and other stakeholders have been quiet because they didn't want to interfere. But as the way things are going now, it is clearly shown that if this force which we carry, which is the force of Southern Cameroon, if this force has to continue, Cameroon peace, the political stability of Cameroon has already been shaken. And with this, Biya cannot sit on it again. Now, behind Biya, we have companies. I want you guys to let you know that also there is a presidential election in Nigeria next year. So business is on the ground. And which are those companies which can lead to this? We have Sonara. Sonara, shareholders in Sonara like Total, like Shell. And I want you guys to know also that Nigeria is an oil country. It's a country which deals with oil. So our shareholders from Cameroon, those who have oil business, they will always have business associations with Nigeria. They will always have. In my last video, I was telling you guys about Brasseries, about Total, about Shell. I was telling you guys also about other business companies like MTN. I was telling you guys in my last video that when the presidential election will be close, stakeholders will come in. They will support the president, because a bird in the hand is better than a bird in the air. The devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. That's the business play now. Stakeholders in Cameroon know that a new president coming in may not have the relations which they have with Biya. They know the president which might be coming in Biya might not have the relations which they have with Biya. So what do they have to do? They have to make sure that President Biya own interest is being kept. That is what? Pressing all their buttons and all the connections to make sure that Cameroon is stable before presidential election. Making Cameroon stable before presidential election is preserving all business tycoons in Cameroon and keeping their business interest intact. Keeping Biya as the president who guarantee MTN, who has been disconnecting internet both in the northwest and in the southwest regions rampantly, who keep their business intact. Keeping Biya in the president who keep Cementcam, who has been increasing price of cement before Dangote came into action, in their company intact. Keeping Biya in position who make Brasseries do Cameroon for their products to always go up. Like now they are selling one bottle of beer 600. When our fathers were still kids, they were selling one bottle of beer about 200, 175. But because of Biya, business associates which are dealing with corruption, which are extorting money from the citizens of Cameroon, have made more money. So keeping Biya in that position will make their company and their interest to increase rapidly. So they will go to any extent to make sure that Biya is still there, financially, physically, spiritually. So for a company like Brasseries, they will support the president even with their last currency, because if you guys can know, the price of beer in Cameroon have drastically increased in the last 10 years. It has gone up so high. So companies have a very high factor, a very pushful factor to play towards Ayok Julius and the rest of his IG members' arrest in Nigeria. As you guys know, the Nigeria constitution is not like ours. Their presidents are taken out after 4 years. If there's any inactive president in Nigeria, sometimes they don't even give that period to arrive. They take you out if you are incompetent. Their senior bench is more functional. Their administrative bench, there's no in their own presidential in their own hierarchy of power, they do not play. So you can know this is a business atmosphere for Buhari. Now, let me go to the next. Economic crisis in Cameroon. Economic crisis in Cameroon caused by the IG. You guys can testify that with the ghost towns we have, with the numerous ghost towns in Cameroon, it has made the Cameroon government bankrupt. With the numerous ghost towns in Cameroon, it has made the Cameroon government bankrupt. It has made them to run out of cash. This can be a testimony from what you guys are hearing in Manfi. The soldiers can barely feed. There is no money to continue running the activities of the soldiers. There is no money to pay workers. You guys can testify that in the past year, salaries of CRTV workers were dropped down. Because of what? This goes down. Taxes are not paid. Many things are not carrying around. Businesses are not functioning every Monday. This is to tell you that the IG is very strong. Running a ghost one day in Cameroon for shops to shut down, it costs a lot of millions. A lot of millions. So this is another factor why the IG was arrested. Because of what? Economic crisis. Okay. Despite all these factors I've given you, they can never arrest the IG without somebody within. Despite all these factors I've told you, despite the companies, despite the ghost towns, they can never arrest the IG without somebody within us. That's why you heard me saying, let our brothers in the northern region be careful. For today, I don't want to point finger and I don't want to call name, but I already have information. I thank God with this my topic, I always come in merciful truth. I'm always able to get one or two words and people behind giving me information. So as I'm still saying this, our brothers in the northern zone, I remember once, there was one of my father who said in this struggle, when I began this struggle, I looked up to him like a mentor. He told me boldly, he said, if other governments which we have created did not exist, did not continue, then this your IG or interim government will not go further. I remember that word is still ringing like fresh mango in my head. He said, if our own government we created did not succeed, then that your IG government will not succeed. So our brothers from the northern zone, I will not go far. The enemy amongst these people that betray the struggle is within us. They are the ones that sold the IG. Money came into the place and the people decided to go for the money than the people of Southern Cameroon. That's why I was talking last time that we need people of pure hearts. We need people of pure hearts in this struggle. We don't need people who put themselves and their family first. That's why you saw in my last video, I was talking mostly of Mancho BBC. He has given the wife and everything. But his pure heart, he's still in jail. Somebody, I told you guys in my that's when money will come. There are many of you who have not seen 1 million euro. You have not seen 2 million euro. You have not seen money. When money will be involved in this struggle, I said it, that some people will change their ways. Presidential election in Cameroon is coming, and the power of money now is ruling, the power of money. And as I'm talking to you now, as I've arrested this IG, if Southern Cameroon don't stand on the ground, money will be going now. Heavy sum of money will be moving around. They'll be moving with it to give, to corrupt, so that things will go their way. But Southern Cameroon do not bother. At every point of time, there is a way out in every situation. This struggle is of God, and no man can stop it. Patasang in the last year was betrayed by someone in this struggle. He was in Dop in the northwest. Somebody within at that time, which he disclosed his information. Sorry, I cannot call name. When Patasang led the embassy in Nigeria, in one of the embassies in Yaoundé, he was at the northern zone. Then one of our brothers, one person among us, betrayed and informed the government where Patasang was. After informing the government when Patasang was, it was grace to God that Patasang had to flee. I don't know who told him that there no way he was. He was always doing video at that location. It was in the northern zone. That's where he was giving us his video. Jomba Akoro, I'm sorry to call the name, but I just want to call it. Jomba Akoro was the cameraman. He will record Patasang, and then Patasang will send it to the interim consortium of that time. Then the interim consortium will publish it on Facebook. But the way things turned out, Patasang could not do videos again. Somebody, which I don't want to talk name, we have passed that level. Somebody disclosed Patasang location, where he was and where they were doing the video with that time with Jomba Akoro. And Patasang was being traced. Thank God he smuggled for almost 2 weeks to 1 month. For those who have been following this struggle, you can testify me. We didn't hear for Patasang. It was grace to God and the people of Manu that they were able to smuggle Patasang to Nigeria. Now the same Patasang has been arrested. Now, Southern Cameroon, I want to concentrate on how we can do for them to be released. What can we do for them to be released? That's the main purpose of this video I was doing today. I want to tell you, I've told you guys why they were arrested and what can we do for them to be released. This is the most difficult side of it. If we can be patriots, yeah, then Patasan can be released. The IG can come out. But it will cost so much. It will need sacrifice from those who are on ground zero. It will need sacrifice from those who are in diaspora. It will need sacrifice financially. It will need so much. And I want to say this, if we don't sacrifice now, I'm sorry. There is so much play in the background. We might not see our IG only after presidential elections in Cameroon. Are you getting me? I'm sorry to say this. We might not see our IG maybe only after presidential elections in Cameroon. Or maybe only after then, which a diplomatic mission or something can happen internationally, then we might hear his release. This will continue for the next 7 years. We'll be speaking about Southern Cameroon like the Biafrans. People might get tired and go away. People might feel discouraged then. And then the struggle will just remain in the air. Southern Cameroon is politics. This one is diplomatical politics. International politics is what is playing now between Cameroon and Nigeria. So if Southern Cameroonians don't take the bull by the horn in the message I'll be giving in a few minutes, in the words I'll be giving, which can enable them to be released, don't be surprised that we might see our IG only after presidential elections, which according to the Cameroon law, be our rule for 7 years. And then in that 7 years, Southern Cameroonians must be tired. Our refugees in Nigeria will be tired. They will decide maybe to go back because they cannot stay in Nigeria. We in diaspora will just be our continuous political regime. The companies will make money. They will continue with what they have been doing. And they will be singing Ambazonia just in diaspora and in the air. And that will be it. Why maybe the international government will be trying to look for a way to come with peace. So this is the Southern Cameroonian. The first thing we need to do that our president should be released is that no election has to happen in Southern Cameroon. No election. This is what I'm saying. There should be no election. We need to start preparing it from now. There has to be no election if we want. And I know if there is no election, they will release him only on the dialogue table. Because money is speaking now. Millions of euros and dollars are speaking on the background. Millions of euros and dollars are speaking on the background. So if there is no election in Southern Cameroon, this is what we'll call now patriotism. And ground zero is the point of our action. Ground zero is the point of our action. If we mount our feet on the ground, beginning from Victoria to Menchumfall, to Akwaya, to Kumba, to Tiko, to Ikiliwindi, to Munyenge, till Bafia, that there is no election in Southern Cameroon. That's the first means to guarantee the release. Because international government will come in. They will ask, why was there no election in Southern Cameroon? And if they find out that election was not held because of a particular figure, and this figure is a Seko Ayo Julius Tabe, then they will demand for his release. And they will want to find out what can be done to establish the peace and for a perfect election to be held. So the first thing Southern Cameroonians, it's not going to be easy to stop election in Cameroon. For 56 years, elections have been held in Cameroon. Biya has always won since 1982 as the president. He has always been there. So to stop it this year, it will cost a lot. It will cost a lot. And I'm sorry to say that some of us might go. Some of us might be taken away by that win. Some of our brothers might die. So, but here is the time we need to pay the cost. Because there's an English poem that used to say when we were in school. They say, if you squeeze the British soil, what will you see? You will see the blood. Because many of the British and the Americans have died in that land to make that land what it is. That poem was taught to us, I think, from 5. They say if you squeeze the British soil, you will see the water that comes from it. It's blood. Meaning that many have gone for that land to make it what it is today. So Southern Cameroonians, the first is election. The second, if Southern Cameroon stands and speak, not only speaking, take actions. If we take actions, the first action which we need to take first is public demonstration, which nobody has to fear the death. Public demonstration, taking over prisons. I'm telling you how the IG and the interim government can be released. It's a very difficult task, and I know many people who sit like hell. It's not easy. They need to take over the prisons. Demonstrations in prisons. Filling the prisons is another way. This is to call international and diplomatical actions. This is to call international and diplomatical actions in Nigeria for Seseko to be released. And why they are doing these demonstrations, going to prisons, diasporans need to be filling the embassies, both Nigerian embassy and other international embassies. Diasporans have to be filling those embassies here in Europe. That is another factor. Now, the third, which is the most difficult, is taking out all companies, touching where the honey eats, touching where they exploit our resources, where they take our resources. That's the main. If we touch every sharehold of where foreigners have resources in Southern Cameroon, Seseko will be released. So that one is more difficult, but that is the most important. I'm not scared to tell you guys, if we take down Sonara today, Seseko will be released. If they take down Sonara, if you take down Sonara today, Sonara is in my town, but the children of Victoria, they don't work in Sonara. Children of Victoria don't work in Sonara. If you bring down Sonara and see this today, international government will call for Seseko dialogue. They will call. I'm not mixing my words with you. All those who are on ground zero, if you bring down Sonara today and CDC in every part of Southern Cameroon, that's why I want to call all those foot soldiers on ground zero. That let's forget even about these bees. Let's forget about these bees. All these things we go and kill bees. It's good. But I want you to touch the honey house. I don't know if those who are called tigers, I wish I could do, but I cannot do. This is all I can say. Forget about those bees. Touch where the honey is taking our fruits from. Where the honey go and sucks our fruit. Touch those places. That is the bitter truth. Now it has come for drastic action. That is the bitter truth, Southern Cameroon. It's difficult, but the diasporans have their part to play. The diasporans can play their part in financing any cause that will make any foreign or company in Southern Cameroon feel the pain. Diasporans, you need to finance every cause, giving those on ground zero any equipment they will need to make sure that foreign investors in Southern Cameroon feel the pain. That is the truth. So diaspora, that's your part. You need to remove the money. You need to give the money so that any foreign investor in Southern Cameroon will feel that pain, will feel that inch. And first, we start, let me tell you, my people, in every revolution, there is destruction. But after that, in everything, after that, the country becomes great. In the Second World War, did you know how much Europe lost? Do you know how much Europe lost in the Second World War? Do you know how much they lost? But today, how do you see Europe? How do you see other countries? In everything, a revolution after a revolution, there is greatness. So Southern Cameroonians, this is the first. We need to strike every source because it's because of these companies that we are seeing Seseko and the rest are being locked up. It's because of these companies. If we didn't have Sonara, they will not arrest them. If there was no CDC, they will not arrest them. If Brazzaris, if Southern Cameroonians were not drunkards, if we didn't drink alcohol, they will not arrest them. But because Brazzaris has been running short, because they cannot exploit timbers, because shareholders like Total and Shell are using Sonara to refine their petrol and do their business, that is why Seseko have been held hostage. Because the activities of Southern Cameroonians outside Cameroon have caused a lot of damage. They have caused a lot of damage to the country. So now, Southern Cameroonians, if we want them to be released, we need to go extra miles, causing the international government to know our grief, letting them know that it's not all about us we coming on Facebook and talking, because that's what they want to know. Letting them know that it's not all about coming on Facebook and talking, but to really know that we are grieved. There's a saying that says, when you touch some mommy, it pikin. Now for day you did not say the 9 months we carry on for belly, no fi be 9 days. There's a saying that says, when you touch some mommy, it pikin. Now for day you did not say that 9 months with that mommy carry that pikin for belly, no be 9 days. If we don't do this, my people, then let's know that this is the end of Southern Cameroonian struggle. I'm sorry to say it. If we don't do this, I know many people will be scared, as I've told you. You know me, my people, I'm a man of truth. And that's why I feel so much pain. Because diplomatic politics have gotten into our struggle. Diplomatic politics has come to the struggle. And now it will need bravery and God for breakthrough to come in. It will need real patriots. You will realize that many people will change in the few months to come. Many people will change because the task ahead while our interim government is in jail, it is a difficult task. The task ahead of us in these few months, these 4 months before presidential election, it is a very difficult task. It will take so much courage for any man born of a woman to go, but we can succeed. I know God can do it. So Southern Cameroonian, this is what we have. This is what we have. Now is the time for we to make up our minds. Now is the time for we to make up of our minds. If we don't want the same scenario that happened with Bala, you guys remember it. When Bala was arrested, what happened? The struggle dropped down drastically. It took almost 7 to 8 months before another group, before the struggle could mount up. When Barrister Bala, Dr. Fontem and Mancho BBC were arrested, the struggle went down. It's the same strategy which the government is using. Because they know once they kill the IG, once the IG has gone down, the struggle will sink down. And it will take another long time before another structure can come in, and which the people can hear, because now the people's minds are divided. But no, we have the Secretary of Communication. Other people are still free. We need to only watch these people very keenly. All those who are behind, as the interim government have been abducted, you need to watch all these other ones which are behind. Any member of the government, Southern Cameroonians, you need to watch them very carefully. Watch their movements, watch their actions, watch their associations, watch who they talk to, watch who they communicate with. Because you, the people of Southern Cameroon, are the eyes of those who are in jail. You, the people of Southern Cameroon, are the eyes of those who are in jail. Whatever action we take now, whatever action, it will either cause good or harm for those who are in Nigeria. If we take good actions, which are the most violent one, then there will be release. If we take simple actions, then they will be termed as secessionists. Then there may be the asylum in Nigeria can be nulled, and they will send them back to Cameroon. The international politics which is playing here is to see how they can tame these people, how the citizens of Southern Cameroon are willing for change, how the people of Southern Cameroon can show that even without these people, the struggle can still continue. You saw when they arrested Barrister Bobala and the rest. The spirit we had showed the government that it's not arresting Barrister Bobala, Mancho BBC, and Dr. Fontaine that will kill the struggle. Finally, they had to release them on terms. They had to release them on certain terms, which some abided. Some abided by the terms. Mancho BBC refused. Mancho BBC refused the term of their release. And that's why you saw when Barrister Bobala came out, Barrister Bobala started working with the terms which they were released. So it is the same now. But this one is different because the international world, not everybody is known to corruption. The international world, not everybody is known to corruption. In Cameroon, everybody is known to corruption. That's why you see they could force Dr. Fontaine and Barrister Bobala to play along with the Cameroon government when they were in jail. But into this one in Nigeria, it has already called for international recognition. It has called for international recognition. So if Seseko Ayo Julius Tabe and his members are to be released because the people of Southern Cameroon took extremely violent, went hard, committed everything possible for them to be released, both on the ground, physical and spiritual, then corruption cannot go to this other side because the international body will be there. The international government will be there, and what will they seek? That's when they will seek for the demands of the people of Southern Cameroon. The demands and the wish of the people of Southern Cameroon will be what will be put on the table. Because as of now, the SDF and the member of Senate have been singing it. There have been videos coming out from the House of Assembly and the House of Senate. That word, Anglophone crisis must be the matter on the table. That is what they have been singing. Anglophone crisis should be the matter on the table. Anglophone crisis should be the matter on the table. You even saw the parliamentarians hitting their drums and their books saying Anglophone crisis should be the matter on the table. So now, these 311 people watching me, ask yourself and your conscience, do you want change? Do you want change? Because it's not only about coming to Facebook and talk. Do you want change? If we want change, then we need to do double of what we did before Barrister Bobala and Dr. Fontaine were released, even though released under the Judas Iscariot way. If we want change, we need to do more. We need to do double of what we did for Barrister Bobala, Dr. Fontaine to be released. And this time, if we do more, we'll achieve greater because they cannot be released under the term of corruption. They cannot. The arrest of the IG and its members in Nigeria has already called for international recognition of Southern Cameroon more than what we have been doing. The arrest of the IG and Patterson and the rest has called for more international recognition to this struggle than what used to pass. So if we hit the ball hard, doing what everything I've told you guys, the first thing we need to do is to hit hard on any investment in Southern Cameroon. They are ours. But after this, whatever we achieve, we're going to double it. We're going to build back those things. Don't be thinking like how long it takes for them to build refinery. Don't be thinking like how long it takes for them to build bridges and for them to build schools. Check Ghana. Ghanaians used to be tellers in our places. But when one of the presidents stood to end the term of corruption in Ghana, it made Ghana a great nation. He killed his own nephew publicly in Ghana. Some of you guys should find out. He killed his own nephew. He said there should be no corruption in the country. There should be no corruption. And one of his own brothers, his own family brother, went against the rule and did corruption. They brought him to the National Stadium and he was shot. He did jungle, and that is today reaping the fruits of Ghana. So my people, don't check about what we have, but check what we stand to gain after this. Check what foreign investors gain in that country, in that Southern Cameroon. Check what they gain. Ask yourself that why is petrol after being refined in Limbe, taken to Yaoundé before being brought back? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself. Ask yourself that question. Why are our children going to Nigeria to go study? Double yourself up and ask. Why do you study in University of Boya and have to go to law school in Nigeria? Why? Why has the government been refusing dialogue and only promising you guys decentralization? Ask yourself that. If Biya really loves the citizens of Cameroon, why has Biya refused dialogue since only talking about decentralization? Is it difficult for a government to change? Canada has decentralized federation since. If they had come to the dialogue table, would this thing have not been out? Check how many youths have been killed. We have lost our brothers in the military. Young youths which could do productive things in that country. See the measures the government is taking. Is to tell you that Cameroon wants to be turned into a kingdom. Cameroon wants to be turned to a kingdom. That's what Cameroon wants to be turning. Because Biya want to do the same like what this man of Gabon did, which after he was dying, he wanted to put a child. That's what Biya wants to do. So it is high time for everybody to stand in this 4 months' time. Be you in diaspora, if you cannot go back, money speaks. Money speaks. Money speaks. And not only money, we need to watch with our own eyes. Your eyes need to be more open than a clock. You need to be watchful of those besides you, because there will become more betrayals in this struggle. Despite money, there will be more betrayal in this struggle. Your own best friend, which you eat in the same plate with, will sell you the next money because of money. Your own best friend, which you eat with, will sell you the next money because of money. So Southern Cameroonians, the time has come. Like I said in my last video, this 4 months remaining is going to be a difficult period. The time has come. Now is the time for we to play the ball. But this time, more difficult ball like the one we played last year. If we round up in unity, if we round up in solidarity, if we round up in patriotism, then my people, we are going to make it. So let's choose. Let's choose. Let's choose what we want. Let's choose. Choose if you favor all those things in Southern Cameroon as compared to this people's life. We still have Mancho BBC in jail. So if we double up now, our actions will not only lead, because if the international government can come on the terms to release those guys from the Nigeria prison, which Buhari wants to use for his business exchange with the Cameroon government, then Mancho BBC to be released. That's the truth. If our push factor, if we Southern Cameroonians can rise now, that means from Mami, Pekin, every person feel rise now. In all parts of Cameroon, in all parts of diaspora, financially coming behind. Those in Nigeria too. I want to say this to my refugees, to the refugees in Nigeria. Let Southern Cameroonians not be scared that Cameroon will arrange secret envoyees to go to that camp so that they can make way for those refugees to come back to Manfe. Technical things will happen. So diasporans, we should be very wise. They will send secret envoyees to that camp where Southern Cameroonians are in Nigeria to look for a way so that these children and those people can come back to Cameroon. They will. So those who are in diaspora, those who have link with those in those refugee camps, tell them to not listen to any advice. No matter the money which the government will come, they will send money. Because now they want to look for a means to tame Seseku, to tame Patterson and the rest as secessionists, as terrorists. So they will use money. All those people who are in Manfe, some of them, those who are like coordinators there, money will come their way. So diaspora, that is another court to be played. That is another court to be played. We need to make sure that those at the refugee camp are well educated. You need to educate them. You need to educate them on what they stand to achieve in this revolution of change. You need to educate those who are at the refugee camp. Because if they are wise enough, they will stand on the better side of this struggle. But if they are foolish and not foolish, then the government will use them to fight against us. The government will use them to fight against this struggle. So we need to educate them. And then all of us need to stand on unity and patriotism. You guys have seen how far we have gone. So if we don't come and be more patriots, in 4 months, we might lose everything we have worked for. All the ghost towns might be wasted and everything. But I know success is ours. Success is ours. So my people, this is what I had for you guys today. This is what I had for you guys today. Saudi Cameroon, the challenge is very, very great. But I've not mixed words with you guys. You know, I've always been on the side of truth. Well, the same thing that happened with the betrayal of Patasang is the same thing that happened now. It's still somebody from within that betrayed our brothers. I will not lie you. It's somebody from within. That's why you guys saw me. I was giving total warning to our brothers from the Northern Zone. We have terrible people in this struggle. Terrible. Some of our brothers in the Northern Zone, they are worse than Judas Iscariot. I will not lie to you guys. I don't mix my words, but I already know them. And I'll still tell it to you guys. If this interim government goes down, no, maybe I should not continue what I have to say because it's not good. Let me cool myself. But you guys should know that if this interim government, which some of you guys don't want to stand, if it goes down, what will come behind? You will not like it for some of us which you're seeing quiet. I'm just saying this. To those our brothers, that small group, those small people who have stood in the Northern Zone to come with some greedy mind, with some selfish egoism. I will not call names because we need unity. But if this struggle goes down, if this IG goes down, I'm just watching. Some of us don't talk, but we look. And don't take the other people from the other parts of Southern Cameroon like we are mumu. You think like when you guys do something, then behind, you can come and succeed. But I'm telling you guys, you should be careful. We are watching. Our eyes are on the ground. The same as you have people giving information, we have people giving us information. So those our few brothers from the Northern Zone, be very careful. Be very, very careful. And also some of you never see money. That one be very normal. Some of you never see money. So at this point, some of you they think only about una family and una own belly. But some of una own brother, then the way they come out from that Northern Zone, see what they do. Some of you not fit do one. Those the way they don't stand for this struggle. What they have done, some of you guys cannot do it. So let's be careful. But if things don't change, this Facebook no go like me and you. If things don't go the way it has to go, if we don't put the ground of unity and action together, then I tell you guys, this Facebook will not be good. Then you guys will leave the French government to bring that divide and rule to two. Then we'll go play that divide and rule. Because of una greedy, we'll go play that divide and rule quick. If una not bring unity, we could fight how these people where they did for inside sale, how these people where international politics don't hold them for Nigeria. If una not bring her now, if I see some small things, some small mago, it won't come out, say somebody the one buy. Then after they wanna go no say the French divide and rule, it the waka popo. Patasang no be my papa. Some people will check me and you no come out at one village, you no come out. Abisawa, Patasang, na Meta, Sawa and Meta no they relate, but will come out for Southern Cameroon. Since for this struggle, that papa don't follow this struggle with his own heart. But some brother the day where they don't like decision where God they take and use that papa for follow this struggle. So our brother they don't like him. So our brother don't look and say, since because in a northern side, make it get down a cunning kind fashion. Make it down a cunning fashion. But I just look and I just laugh. Always soon and now want to see that unity. So may any man pack fine. May any man pack fine. No just think say you want to move some other step again for make like say na you. No, make everybody pack well. So Southern Cameroon, I'm sorry for that small harsh message I gave. It's just that you guys don't know what is happening. We have some terrible seeds in this struggle. You guys cannot understand. But for those who are watching me, who already know what I'm saying, they know very well what I'm saying. Some of you guys who are watching me, you cannot understand. But we have some pure heart people in this struggle, which some greedy ones, I wanted to put their own interest first. And I had to just speak like that. I spoke in pidgin so that even the layman could understand me. So let's unite. Let's fight as one. Remembering we don't have a territory. We don't have nothing as of now. We don't have nothing. It's what you stand to fight for now that will give us great freedom tomorrow. It's what you start to do now. If what we stand for now, if we stand in unity, then we'll not become second-class citizens. If we stand in unity. But if we let certain ego, certain greed come in us, then Southern Cameroonians will not be only second-class citizens, but will become third-class after these 4 months, which the presidential election has to hold. But I know with God, we will not. And I know with the spirit we have, that we have kept this struggle for the last 1 year and some months burning. We're going to have a great success. We'll have a great success. So let's rise up. Let's stand together. The journey is difficult, but we can do it. So that's my message, Southern Cameroonians, I had for today. I want to say thank you all for those who have been watching me. I hope you guys have shared the message and let everyone watching me know that the coin this time is a difficult one to bend, but we can bend it. All those who have been watching me, I just want you guys to know the coin this time is a difficult one, but we can bend it in solidarity. They say no matter the size of an elephant, but the unity of an ant can push it, can move it. No matter the size of an elephant, the unity of an ant can move it from one destination to the other. So that's the Southern Cameroonians. I don't know if you're there watching me and you enjoy what I said, please punch some love and like. And then if you have some few comments, say I think have been enough and I've given the message I have to say. And I pray God gives us and we continue in unity and we go forward. We will have tomorrow. Prince, it is. Take it small. Commenting. Somebody said about Mr. Milan going for the meeting. Mr. Milan, I already got that. Mr. Milan went for the meeting a little bit late. My people of Southern Cameroon, there are certain things I don't want to talk today. My title is not Merciful Truth. My title to this, my message today is not Merciful Truth. It's not Merciful Truth. The day I will put Merciful Truth on Facebook, the day I will put Merciful Truth, Prince J. Carr Merciful Truth, then that day, no, I will talk my underbelly. I will speak my not good at English. The day I will put Merciful Truth, then that day I will tell you guys what you need to know about names. For now, I'm still under the ground. I'm doing what I can do. I'm trying to get informations. I'm feeding my ears. I'm trying to know who and who are for or against this struggle. But know that when I will come for Merciful Truth, I didn't. The people who have been following me know before that I wasn't scared calling names. Me are one of the interim consortium leaders. We are not today because of Patasan. We don't talk because of Patasan. Because I knew their game. That's why you saw me, I wrote in one of my comments today, I said, if I didn't fight what I had to do, if I didn't have to correct that my brother, the Southern Cameroon, this struggle would have stopped the day Bala left jail. If I did not have to quarrel down my brother, this struggle would have stopped the day Bala left jail. We would have not heard about Southern Cameroon struggle. Because he wanted to keep Ghost Town going, only Ghost Town, which I asked him, how will you keep Ghost Town going in a revolution? He said the day President Bala will come out from jail, then he will tell them the way forward. And you guys can tell, the day Barrister Bobala left from jail, he was a different person. The government had already corrupted him in jail. And he didn't even, he was there coming to talk about peace, but whereas his brothers were dying in jail. He did not even tell the government, like, if you are releasing me, what terms are you going to release my brothers? Let's talk about my brothers first. He was leaving jail to come and talk on the terms of peace, whereas his brothers were dying in jail, in bunkers. So, you see, That has just been me. So you guys should not bother. My own ears are on the ground and I'm not scared to call nobody's name. Nobody's strong head past me. I'm very heady. For my life, there's nobody I'm indebted to. That's the one thing I thank God. I'm not indebted to nobody. Even my mother that gave birth to me, I'm not indebted to. And I've told her, the day I cover my eyes, she should know it's the day that God wants me to go. Because only God will decide that I should die. Nobody can kill me. Even Bia, he cannot. Even he go to where? Jesus is above all. People who know me, if I be careful die, if I don't die for water, I would have died by the sea. But since I did not die by the sea and I'm not dying by the roads, then I will not die. So, Southern Cameroonians, we just need unity now. All those who have corrupted minds have given them their message. They should not think we are novice. All those who have been in this struggle in the past, you guys know. And I want you to keep up your faith. Keep up the work you have been doing. We are standing for the people and we need to do it with pure heart. That's why some of us are one-man soldier. I'm a one-man soldier. I don't belong to any group. And that's why I can talk to you like this. If I was belonging to some groups, I've been binding by the rules of the group. And that's why since the day this struggle has begun, I've not ever joined any group. I've never joined any group. I've decided to just speak and say the way forward. So once again, please, I said, thank you for watching me. I hope you have shared. And please let me see some love and like. Punch the love and like buttons. And let's keep up the unity. Punch the love and like buttons. If you have any comments, drop the comments below. And Southern Cameroonians, be the eyes of every leader in this struggle. Because history is being written now. Be the eyes of be the eye to every leader in this struggle. Watch them carefully. And don't only follow a leader, but think. Make sure any information any leader gives to you, you need to sit down, think over it, analyze that information. Don't just buy any idea. Now is a critical period to your destiny and the destiny of 8 million people. So don't buy any idea. Do not buy. Make sure you sit down, you think, you make sure that the people of Southern Cameroon come first. Just like how Mancho they are doing. You can see today, Patasang, who fled Cameroon, is finally in jail in Nigeria, locked up in prison. You can see that and the rest. So there is more. But I know and I believe we can do it. Once again, thanks and have a blessed week. I'm proud to have you guys. Those on ground zero, please do more. Those in the diaspora, please supply those on ground zero with anything they need, especially those things that can make the foreign investors feel pain, make the government feel pain. I cannot call names here, but I believe those wise ones are understanding me. Provide those on ground zero with anything, be it machines, be it whatever they need, provide them so that those that were fruit bank, what is making the enemy to always remain in Southern Cameroon should make them run away. Remember, say, honey, they run a house when they burn the house. When you burn honey house, the honey they go away. But so long as that honey house still there, it will come back. So the only way for we to change this struggle is to burn the honey houses in Southern Cameroon. That's the meaning of that pineapple. Make sure all honey houses, which our industry and our resources, destroy everything. Destroy everything that is making the government and foreign investors put eye on this struggle. Destroy all. Southern Cameroon, the lives of our brother matters more than anything. The life of our interim government, Patasang and the rest, those on ground zero, matters more than anything. Their lives are more precious than any of those things. Patasang and Seseku, their lives are more important than Sonara. Their lives are more important than CDC. Their lives are more important than Brazaris. Their lives are more important than MTN. Their lives are more important. So at this point, since the government don't want dialogue and they are going to do diplomatical politics, let's show them that we are more full of pain than that. Have a great day. Bye, and may the peace of God be with you. I pray may the unity that God gave the children of Israel to stand against the Egyptians go with us. May the protection of the Lord God go with you all. I love you, Southern Cameroonians, and I know we'll go through these hard times. Bye for now, and have a great day.